In this video, I will teach you how to set up a landing page or an opt-in page in OptimizePress from your WordPress dashboard. Once you are logged into your WordPress dashboard, you will see over on the left the option for OptimizePress, and you will want to click Create a New Page. When you get into OptimizePress on this page, there are some options here. You can create from a blank page, or you can use one of the templates available via OptimizePress. That is what I suggest that you do if you are new to OptimizePress. So if you look down here, these are the opt-in or landing pages where you would just be getting their their email and their name, or possibly just their email. And here are several different options, as you can see, depending upon what you are wanting to capture, and if you are wanting to invite them via a video or just text. You will choose your landing page based on those things. So, for example, I'm going to do this one that has the video, just in case you are wanting to use the video. That way I can show you that. So I'm just going to call this page Test, and we'll have to check availability to make sure that page is available on my site, and it is. So I will click Create Page. Now you will see that the template comes up here on this page, and you can change things such as the title, for example. So if you notice, when you move your mouse over this part, you get different options. This particular button with the little pencil is the edit button. This particular button is the copy, so you would make a copy of this and have two of these. This button is Advanced Element Options, which most likely you will not use. The next one is the option to move this text around. And finally, this is the option to delete this particular box of text. So we'll click Edit, and it will give us more options in this window that pops up. As you can see, this is the text that is there. Discover how you can build sites like this in minutes. So let's do something like struggling with Facebook. Join my free challenge to conquer Facebook once and for all. Just as an example. Okay, you can see this text is 40 pixels. This is the color code. You can choose other colors, obviously. You can also decide if you want to center or right align it. You can highlight it with a different color, for example, and you can choose your margins. So I'm going to click Insert, and you will see what pops up. See, it's highlighted with that background. So if I wanted to change that and I did not want that background, you would just go back to that being just all zeros, which is for white. As you can see, it comes here. Again, this is subtext. If you want to put subtext in there, you can do the same thing there. You can choose to delete it, etc. If you want to add an element, say you wanted to add a picture here, for example, you would click on Add Element, and you would choose that from the options of elements. So there are different options, a countdown timer, a divider, a feature block, a headline, an image with text aside, just a regular image. There are so many different ones. I'm going to show you one, like, for example, the arrows. You would choose that, and then you would choose the style of arrow you would like to have displayed. So as you can see, there are tons of options. So I'm going to select an option and insert it. And as you will see, there it is. It won't actually have this much space between the two when you see it published. Okay, so now what I'd like to do is go over here to the video and show you how you would insert a video. So again, all these options are displayed. You would choose the edit button. And if you're wanting to use a video from YouTube, you would just put in the URL here of the video. I'm going to do that with one of my videos just to give you an example. So you would open in a new window, you would open up YouTube. You would go to your channel. You would choose your video that you want. You would click the share button. You would copy the URL, go back here, paste the URL. You can make the video obviously larger or smaller here. You could autoplay, you can hide controls, you can show the title bar, and you can align it. So let's click insert. Okay, and then the next piece is this piece here. This is the text here. Enter your name and email below now for instant access. And then also this part here, this is what you will connect to ActiveCampaign. So I will show you how to do that. You will click the edit button. Okay, and there are different options here. You were asking, if you're curious, rather, about GDPR, that is there. The selected integration does not currently have GDPR, so you're going to want to use ActiveCampaign. And then there is a list in ActiveCampaign of your different lists that you have available. So you would choose the correct one. And then you have to find the subscriber form ID. So just a moment, we're going to open up ActiveCampaign and I will show you where to find that. Once you have logged into your ActiveCampaign account, you will want to choose Forms. If you have not already created the form, you will want to do that. So if you want to create a new form, over here on the top right, you will click Create Form. I'm going to create a new form called Test to go along with my test page. And then you will choose the action. You can choose to add a tag, you can choose to email results, or you can choose to subscribe to a list. I suggest subscribe to a list at least, and then you will choose which list you want them to subscribe to. So for me, I'm going to add them to my Alicia Avant and Company list. But for example, if this particular opt-in is for a Facebook challenge, for example, you would, in order to differentiate which item they're going to receive in their email, you would add an action and I would add a tag. And then you would type in the tag. So mine would be, I use these, if you can see, I use identifiers. And so my identifiers are, for example, lead magnet would be LM tag and then the name of the lead magnet. So I'm going to do LM tag in my brackets. And then I'm going to hit Facebook. I'll type out Facebook challenge, for example, and I will click create. Now, when I actually have them opt into that form, I will be able to send them the lead magnet that I will tag as Facebook challenge. Here on the form, you can personalize this form. So where it says subscribe for email updates, you would put it over here. You would put join me for a Facebook challenge or whatever you wanted it to say. And then here you could change that as well here. And then if you don't want them to have their name, you can actually exit out of that so they don't need their name. You could just ask for their email address, for example. And then if you wanted to change what the label, you can change that here, or you can go over into options and you can choose what happens once they submit the form. They want to show the thank you page or open a URL. Oftentimes you'll want to open a URL because you might want to create a thank you page over in your OptimizePress, and you could use that. And as you can see, if you've changed your mind about what you want it to do, then you can change that here as to which list or which action wants to be taken. And then if you want to change the colors here, you would go to Style and you would change your font color. You could change your font color here. You can change your button. So if you want your button to be another color, and maybe you want your text to be a different color, you can change that. You just want to make sure that it stands out. You can make the border larger. You can make it a solid border. You can make the corners different. You can change the padding. There's custom options there. And then you would click Integrate, and you would find your ID. And here is the ID. If you look here under Simple Embed, and you can also look in your URL here at the top, your ID is 64. So you go back over to this page and remember where I said subscription form ID. That is where you would put in the number 64. So we're going to insert that, and that will tie your active campaign over to your OptimizePress. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to publish this page, and I would click Save and Continue because what I want to do is preview the page. So I'm going to click View Public Link, and as you can see, here is my test page. There is my video, shows up correctly. Here is my headline. I didn't change this, so that was different. There are my arrows. Here is where I would put in my email address. So all of those things are now connected together. And there is a couple other things I would need to show you, but I'll have to do that in a separate video, how to do the thank you page, so stay tuned.